It's time for JUCO Jam, presented to you by Dream Big Athletics, hosted by Tad Slowick, an exciting new podcast bringing you all the great action from JUCO baseball. Here you'll find weekly updates from around the country, highlighting the teams, players, and coaches who impact the game at the junior college level. Everything you want to learn about JUCO baseball can be found here and on our website at dreambigathletics.com. There you'll find our weekly team rankings, the top player rankings headed into the spring, and all the news of what is happening in the game at the junior college level. On this show, you will have many guests, coaches, players who will give us insight on the day-to-day, behind-the-scenes working of junior college baseball. And now our host, Tad Slowick.
Welcome, baseball fans, to another exciting episode of the JUCO Jam Baseball Podcast, brought to you by Dream Big Athletics. I'm your host, Tad Slowick, and we got a special guest with us today is Ryan Ihle, the head baseball coach at Wallace, Dothan. How you doing today, Coach?
Doing great. Appreciate you having me on.
No, it's great. I got an opportunity to get down and see you guys play early in the year, too, in the Panama City tournament, and then most recently up at home. And you got a nice place, nice facility there, and a lot of good things going on. And it was just a real pleasure to watch the way things were going with your team. You're in your second year as head baseball coach at Wallace Dothan here. And tell us a little bit about your journey, your JUCO journey, and how you got to Wallace Dothan.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a different one than a lot of people. Originally I'm from Australia, and I came over to the United States to play junior college baseball. So pursued that dream. Was lucky enough to move on and go and play at a 4-year school in Columbus State University in Columbus, Georgia. Had a great time there. Stayed on as a student assistant, and then eventually was the graduate assistant for a couple of years. So that kind of got me into the coaching realm. And ultimately, it was because I didn't really know what I wanted to do after baseball. All I knew was baseball. All I wanted to do was baseball. And so I was like, well, I'll just continue coaching just to kind of stay in it until I figure out what I want to do with my life. And really enjoyed it. I mean, I was under a great coaching staff over there with Coach Appleton, Patrick Collins, Sammy Stiers. I mean, those guys are some of the best in the business in Division II baseball. So they really, really fueled my dream to continue in just a little bit different, realm of baseball in the coaching side of things. And so I ended up taking a job in Cloud County Community College in Kansas. That was the conference that I played in. I didn't play for Cloud, but I played at Colby Community College in that conference. And so I knew that conference. The guy was looking for an assistant coach, a hitting guy, and a recruiting coordinator. So I went out there for a year, was under Eric Gilliland out there, who's doing a tremendous job with that team and turning that program around. And then knew a guy that was looking for an assistant coach, down here in Dothan, Alabama. And being from Australia and enjoying warm weather as a baseball player, I wanted to get back down to the South. I mean, those Kansas guys, they're tough out there because you're dealing with wind and snow and everything. So it wasn't for me. I knew I wanted to get down in the warmer part of the world, and so I jumped on it. Was able to join Coach Mackie Sasser down here at Dothan as an assistant, and then Mackie thought highly enough of me to pretty much hand over the program. So he was done. He was ready to retire. So he sailed off into the sunset, built a house down in Panama City, and left me with the place. So and I couldn't be more thankful. He's somebody that I really, really respected and looked up to while I was around him for a year. Taught me a lot of things, but I'm super fortunate and super blessed to be in the position that I am at such a young age.
Well, that's a heck of a journey coming all the way from Australia, heading out to the plains of Kansas, and then back down a little bit to warmer weather. Mackie Sasser did a great job with that program, obviously ex-big leaguer and stuff. And, all the coaches in general have been somewhere a long time. I mean, there's a lot of veteran coaches at the junior college level. I mean, you're one of the younger coaches, the newer breed of JUCO coaches. There's several around the country that are doing a great job, just like yourself. Your program has done great under your direction the last 2 years. Last year you had Cade Snell, who was the junior college player of the year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And he did a great job. You had a great team last year. And this year you guys are 40-6. You're 28-2 in conference, and you won the last 13 games in a row. And so some things are going right for you. Tell us a little bit about this year's team.
Yeah, no, the guys are playing hard baseball. And it's never pretty, but it's our guys do enough to win, and that's the name of the game. I mean, just win the baseball game. It doesn't matter about the journey. It's about the destination, and our guys have done a tremendous job. They're a group of guys that show up and get prepared every single day. They're the same. They're the same dudes, day in, day out, and we've got a good core group of guys that lead by example. They show up to the field. They show up to the weight room, the facility. They show up and get their work in, and are very, very consistent with their preparation. And yeah, we've got some talented players too. I mean, we've got Case and Eubanks leading the country in doubles and extra base hits, having a tremendous season. And we've got some other guys in there like Reed Jordan. He's been a consistent piece for us on the mound, just pounding and attacking hitters. And we've got another left-hander, Jake Middleton, who threw another complete game yesterday. That he's really been a good piece for us in our rotation, especially as a freshman. I mean, he's pitching well beyond his years. So we've got some really good pieces that have helped us along the way. But I think the biggest thing is we have a deep group this year. In past years we've had some really, really talented players that have kind of been the guys that have always shown up and always produced. But this year we have a group that it's almost like a different guy produces every single day. We've got a very deep lineup. We're an old lineup, so that helps a lot. But I mean, we've had 6 or 7 guys that have won pitcher of the week in our conference, which says a lot to our pitching staff, and it says a lot to what my pitching coach CJ Upshaw is doing, and developing everybody, not just 1 or 2 guys that we have to rely on. So it's been a good year. The first time in our program's history that we've ever been ranked number 1 in the country. But I think it's a testament to our guys that they're not they're not complacent with that. They know they're not somebody we're not a group that it just enjoys being ranked number 1, and that's it. Our guys are just like, well, that's cool, but next game, let's go win the next game. Let's keep doing this so that we're not a one-hit wonder.
Right. Well, a testament to the job you're doing and the player type of players you got. When I saw you guys, I mean, everybody's playing hard. You guys are getting out there. Fundamentals are really solid. You're not killing yourself by errors and walks and things that trip up teams. And I think you're doing the good fundamentals. You guys play the game the right way, and I mean that's just a great testament to you and your coaching staff there. And that's no reason why you're one of the top teams in the country. And looking forward to the playoffs and things coming up. You got conference stuff next week, I guess, and then on to bigger and better things. What are your expectations, obviously?
Yeah, next week we go to our state tournament. We've secured the number 1 spot in that, or the number 1 seed in that tournament. So we have the first day bye, and then we'll play the winner of the 4v5 game. So we're just continuing to take one game at a time, and we're not looking too far forward as of right now. But the winner of that tournament, it's a double elimination tournament with 6 teams, and the winner of that tournament will move on and play the winner of Florida's Division II conference tournament. for a chance to go to the World Series. So, again, we aren't trying to get too far ahead of ourselves, but it'd be really cool to play some teams that we haven't played before. I haven't played any of those Division II teams down in Florida. We just mainly play the Division I Panhandle teams that are within 2 hours of us. So it'll be cool to play. If we get to that spot, it'd be cool to play some different teams and see how they go about their business. But our guys are hungry. We've been one win away from going to the World Series 3 years in a row. So we're trying to find a way to. Our motto is win one more game than we did the last year. So we're hoping to just continue to take it one game at a time, and hopefully we're sitting in a good spot where we can do something that it was only been done once here. They went to the World Series in 2017, but that's about it. So we're trying to get to a place that's hopefully in the future years Wallace is there a little bit more consistently, but one game at a time.
Well, you guys are definitely battle tested. I mean, you played in what I think is probably the top JUCO tournament in the country, that Panama City tournament in early February, and you guys are right across the border there from all those panhandle teams, which I know you play all the time. And, they got some really good players over there. And so when you get to battle those clubs, and, you definitely are preparing yourself for the long haul, that's for sure. So, you guys play a tough schedule. You got a great facility there. Tell us a little bit about your facility and some of the things you have there to offer at Dothan.
Yeah, no, that was one thing when I first took the job as the assistant coach here. When I showed up, I'd never been to Wallace's campus and never seen the baseball facilities. So when I got here, I didn't know what to expect and into what I may be walking into. But man, there's some incredible things going on down here. Our field is a beautiful playing conditions, a natural field, and we continue to add pieces out there. We just completely did our backstop, but it's a great ballpark. One of the best playing surfaces in our state for sure. But then also, we've got a good weight room facility that we just put about $18,000 into to redo that, and no, now it's a great place for our guys to develop. That's a big piece to our program is the weight room aspect of it, getting guys bigger, faster, and stronger in there, particularly in the fall. And our guys do, they really buy into that and they take it seriously. So we've done a good job with creating a good environment for our guys to have access to whenever they want to. But then we know the biggest piece probably to our facilities is our covered hitting development facility. It's called the Johnny Oppert Training Facility, and it's a massive covered turfed facility that has 3 lanes of cages. I know I showed it to you when you were here, and it's probably one of the biggest ones down here in the southeast that I've seen for sure. And 3 lanes of cages. We've got an area where you can take ground balls with infielders, and then also 2 lanes of bullpens that have a natural surface. It's not like our guys are throwing off artificial mounds. They're actually pitching off of dirt mounds in a covered facility. So when I saw that when I first got down here, I said, man, you can really recruit here and you can really develop guys here, and we do. Myself and our coaches, we're in that facility a lot outside of practice time, helping guys get better. If we got to get somebody better on the mound and really work on pitch shapes or whatnot, we'll get in there with them and get hands on, and then myself and my other assistant coach Jack Schaefer, we're in the cages working with guys in there. We've got 2 hack attack machines that we could set up, but we really get after it in that facility to develop kids, because I believe that's the biggest piece to our coaching philosophies is making sure that our guys that come in are getting better. They're not plateauing when they get here or getting worse. They're getting better, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of doing that.
No, I agree with you. I think you're doing a great job. I mean, just from the results on the field and, seeing your facilities live in person there and seeing the players actually get taking use of them, showing some accountability, being in there on their own, and and doing the right things. I mean, it's just a credit to what's going on down there, and there's no reason why you aren't, one of the top programs in the country, and you're just doing a great job. And I like the way you guys play. I like the way you guys prepare, and a lot of good things going on down there. So.
Well, I really appreciate it. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, we're just trying to continue the success here at Wallace that Mackey had for over 20 or 25 years. But it's part of our recruitment process is not just getting talented players. We're also trying to get good people that we want to be around day in, day out. And so, I give all the credit to our guys. They go about their business the right way. We just try to set them up for success as much as possible. But, we've got a really, really good bunch of young men that I like coming to work and being around every day. And that's something, when you have something like that, it's something special. And it's not just a coincidence that you win a lot of baseball games with a group like that.
Right, no question about that. And you're doing a great job, and the team's doing great. And I think that you're going to have continued success. Baseball's a crazy game. You never know what's going to happen. So, I know you're going to have your guys ready and on their toes for the rest of the season. And I'm really excited to see what the outcome is this year. I mean, there's so many good teams in junior college baseball, and anything can happen. But I really like your chances and like the team that you put together this year, and I look forward to seeing many good teams in the future there at Wallace for you.
I appreciate that. Thank you again for the kind words, and looking forward to continuing to create this relationship, because you're doing great things for junior college baseball and for my guys. So I appreciate everything you do.
Well, it's good because you're having fun. I'm having fun. So, I mean, that's the name of the game. We're in baseball, so it can't be too bad. So, well, I appreciate you coming on today and telling us a little bit about your program, and wish you continued success. If you want to find out more about junior college baseball, go to dreambigathletics.com to get all your information, and see what is going on day to day in junior college baseball. So anyway, well, thanks for joining us, Ryan. You guys have a great day, and best of luck in the future.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tad. I really appreciate it.
All right. Have a good one.
You've been listening to JUCO Jam. For all your junior college needs, go to dreambigathletics.com and make sure to tune in to next week's episode of JUCO Jam.